Hello folks, this is Mike Norris, and today I'm going to talk about how to lose 20 to 30 pounds to get beach ready for men over 50. And I took a lot of notes on this because this is something I've been thinking about for a few days, as I'm going to get a little bit of weight off of me, not 20 pounds, but I'm going to get about 10 off at least. And this is something that I wanted to really get into. You know, I remember when I was a fat guy, I really wasn't a fat guy. I remember when I had a fat gut, and I was fat. But fortunately for me, I was only fat for a year and a half. I didn't know exactly how I was going to lose the weight, but I knew it was going to come off. And I knew I wanted to lose about 25 pounds or so. I was at like 217 or something at the time. And I wanted to get down to around 195, 196, 197. Of course, I wound up losing 35 pounds in 8 weeks, which is extreme. I'll admit that, that's extreme. That's about 3 pounds a week, or even a little over 3 pounds, and that's very extreme, but I did some extreme things. This is Mike Norris. Mike Norris Fit, help men over 50 lose weight, get fit, live healthier, and hopefully get that nice body for your summer vacation this year. If you like the video, hope you like it, share it with people who might need this, and I got a feeling a lot of people need this, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hang around in the end, because till the end I'm going to give you some calculators, tell you some calculators, because you've got to do a little bit of math here, a little bit of work. You don't have to do any work. The calculators will do everything for you, and it's really interesting. I just spent about an hour on notes, things that I was looking at. But I'm going to, it's March 21st today. I leave to go to Vietnam, I think the 24th, 25th. I get down to 26th. And, summer's coming fast. And your vacations are probably in June or July, even August. So it doesn't give us that much time. It would have really been nicer for a lot of people to really get started on this at the 1st of March. The big question is how to lose 20 to 30 pounds in that time frame. Well, a good healthy weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week, and I feel like you can lose 2 pounds. And so depending on how much weight you got to lose, 20 to 30 pounds, you're talking somewhere around 12 to 18, 20 weeks, somewhere around in that. Because you don't want to do it extreme. That's not good for you, because normally that means you're going to extremely put it back on, unless you're very lucky and really stick to your plan like I have for so many years. First thing you got to do, though, is to figure out where you're at, and a lot of people don't want to do that. And I did this one time in my life, and what I did was for 7 days, I counted calories. Everything I ate, everything I drank, I wrote it down. It's a lot easier now. I'm going to tell you about a calculator you can use that you just go in and put your food in, and it does the calculate. It'll tell you how many calories there are. They got a lot of things now they didn't have when I lost my weight, and I had to use pen and paper and then go in, and they did have some calculators, but it's not as easy as it is now. So we'll get to that here in the end. Core principle of this is your calorie intake. Your calorie intake, your resistance training, and your cardio, walking, running, whatever you do. But we want to be in a calorie deficit. You got to get into a calorie deficit, which mean we want to eat leaner with less calories, and these calculators will tell you exactly how many calories you got to eat depending on how you eat. And we want more movement or exercise. That can speed up the process, and eating a few less calories can speed up the process, but you don't necessarily want to speed it up. Losing 20 to 30 pounds in the next 2-3 months is pretty dead blame good. But we're going to go into, first of all, I'll just hit whatever, and so many of you heard me talk about this, but I'm going to tell you the exact exercises to do. I don't want you to do but 4 exercises. Resistance training, 30 minutes a day. We want 3 days a week. If you can only do 2, but man, really try to do 3 days a week. And we're going to do 4. We're going to work on core strength, do 4 main exercises. We're not worried about biceps and triceps. don't waste time on that. Especially if you don't have much time, don't waste time on arm exercises. That's not doing much for you. I know you want them pretty biceps for the beach, but hey, you can work on your biceps with these. First exercise is squats. I don't care if you are working out at a gym, if you're working out at home where you do air squats or anything like that. If you've got a back problem, you may have, you could do squats holding onto a desk, holding onto a chair. You can get against a wall and do air squats. There's a number of ways to do them. If you absolutely got terrible back, you could do some leg presses or something like that. But squats works the overall whole body, and I suggest that you do squats. Number 2 is some type of bench press. I do mostly incline bench presses with dumbbells. You can use barbells, dumbbells, machines. You could use your body weight doing push-ups against the wall, push-ups against a desk. You can be on your knees on the floor, however you got to do them. But we got to work our chest or upper body. Push-ups work your upper body. Push-ups work your upper body as well as the bench press works your upper body, works your front shoulders, works your tricep. There you are, getting some your triceps done on your arms. So we want to do some type of bench press, and I find that I like an incline bench better than a flat. Number 3 is some type of overhead pressing movement. Again, machines, dumbbells, whatever you have. You could even use bands. If you got bands, you have to stand on the band, of course, and push the band up. You can do coffee cans, whatever you got, cement blocks. You can do whatever you got to do. We need some kind of overhead press. And the last thing we need is some kind of row with dumbbells. You can do your barbell row, the machines at the gym row, whatever kind of row you can do. You can even do row with bands. And hopefully you got the little card, it'll show you how to do rows with bands. I'm gonna get around to doing some exercise in one of these videos, but it's just only so much I can do. One video a day. 3 sets. You want to do 3 sets with 2 warm-up sets. The 3 sets are going to be 10 to 15 reps. So you're going to do 10 to 15 reps. Now do 10 warm-up sets. If you knew, you're not going to know exactly, but let's say, okay, you're going to do 12 push-ups. Well, your warm-up sets, you would do 2 sets of, the first set might be 4 or 5 push-ups, and your second set might be 6, 7, 8 push-ups. It's just kind of a warm-up, and you don't want to take a whole lot of time between those. Just do a simple warm-up with a bench. If you own a bench press, if you've been doing, you don't go anywhere near your maximum weight. You're just warming up. You use first time that I hurt my shoulder really bad was I hurt it during a warm-up on a regular flat bench press. I had 2 45s on. I took the weight off, it's coming down, I heard my shoulder go, I heard it. I hollered, and some guys came over, because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't open the car door, I couldn't do anything. Very lightweight, I was just warming up. I guess I should have had a lighter weight. But if we want to do 2 warm-up sets, and we want to, now that's not, if you do stretching beforehand, that's fine. You've got time to do that. But when we talk about warm-up sets, that's before your work sets. We want 3 work sets. Why are we doing this? Because muscle burns fat, and muscle, when you do strength exercises, it burns calories. When you do a walk or a run or something like that, it doesn't burn calories for a long length of time. When you are doing strength training, it burns calories for a very long period of time. It'll keep burning calories for hours and hours, and you don't want to be skinny fat either. You don't want to be on the bench skinny fat. Second thing is movement, 5 to 7 days a week. Walking, hey, I walk 7 days a week, but if you only walk 5, that's good. Walking slow at a slow pace burns fat. It helps burn, whether people believe it or not, it does. I've said it in several videos. Actually, if I'm on a treadmill, as fast as I'll go is get up to about 3 miles an hour or 3.5. Special times of the year, I'll do something like a real steep incline or something, but basically I just walk flat. I just 3.5 miles an hour, and I walk about that speed when I'm outside in the park, when I'm listening and stuff. Something that you can do to really help yourself is, if you can't get out and do a lot of stuff, is get you one of those steppers that you just put your feet on, put it under your desk at work, and you can get a whole bunch of extra movement just by doing something like that. But we don't, and just try to get out 5 days a week and walk 7 days a week if you can do it. Now, the big thing, exercise and walking and all that's great for us. It doesn't burn a ton of calories. The main way you get the weight off is with your nutrition. So let me get into your nutrition. Now, you need meals prepared, or you need food ready to prepare. If you wait till the last minute, you're going to wind up eating fast food. And I've got videos about this where I talk about your meal prep. You need to prep your meal. Make sure you've got stuff ready. You've been to the grocery store. You've bought what you needed. Or something I'm really looking at is using a meal prep service. Now, the meals are $10 to $12 a meal. You say, oh, that's a lot. That's cheaper than fast food. Go get you a Whopper fry and a soda. You're gonna be it's gonna be over $12. And these people will prep your meals for you, and they'll bring them to you. And just Google meal preparation and see if there's one in your local area. There's people that just make all kind of meals for you, but they'll make healthy meals for you. And you really, you can just buy one meal a day or 2 meals a day, whatever you need to do. But to get healthier, alcohol can destroy this whole plan. I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to limit your alcohol to 1 to 2 days a week, and only 1 to 2 drinks. I mean, alcohol can really screw you up, because a lot of alcohol has so many calories and stuff in them that you don't even realize. If you eat out at restaurants, exchange the meal for a healthy meal. Get the healthy meals. Most of them have healthy meals. Exchange things out to get something healthier. Key is you can have anything you want in moderation. Eat the foods you enjoy, but we got to be in a calorie deficit, and that's where these calculators are going to help you, in food calculators and stuff like that I'm going to talk about. You got to eat less carbs. I didn't say no carbs, but you got to eat less carbs, and try to get more exercise than you've been getting, because you got to push here. You've got a deadline. You're going on vacation on such date, and you're trying to lose that weight. Like I said earlier, exercise doesn't burn as much many calories as you think. So you really got to make sure you got your meal right. What you eat and how much you eat is going to determine, if you lose to 20, 30 pounds or not in the 12, 16, 18, 20 weeks. It's going to determine it big time. Now, the calculators. There's a calculator at caloriecalculator.net, and I'm going to put it down below. I'll put it in. And you can use that one, and you put in your height, your weight, your age, and you put in different things. And do not pick the extreme weight loss. It's going to ask you what kind of, if you just want to maintain, build muscle, lose weight, don't pick extreme weight loss, because you're not going to do that, and those numbers are kind of ridiculous. Food calculator for that first week, you can go to caloriecontrol.org, and I'll put that below. There's more of them. You can Google and pick the ones you want. You can get MyFitnessPal app if you have an app. That does pretty much everything for you. But it's amazing. I did my numbers, and I did my numbers for a couple things. I quickly realized something. I did a balanced diet, and I did for 3 meals a day, and I did for 4 meals a day. And then I did a low-carb, high-protein diet for 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day. Well, I knew 3 meals wasn't going to work, because I can't eat that much protein in 3 meals a day. This is going to tell you, these calculators are going to tell you how many grams of carbs, how many grams of protein, how many grams of fat. It's going to spit that out for you. And I can't, and the big thing is to make sure you're getting the protein. That's the main thing, and make sure your carbs are not over the limit. Because if you're eating pasta, you can blow your carbs in one meal, eat more than you should eat for your whole day. But I quickly found out that 4 meals is best for me. I talked about that in a video the other day. Eating 4 meals a day and people say, that's too much. No, you're eating better. You're eating good food. And It's going to tell you how many calories per meal. It divides it all up for you. How many calories per meal? How many calories per day? You know, according to how much weight you want to lose, and according to where your weight's at now, and you put in, it'll ask you. It's going to ask you how much exercise you get. Don't lie. If you lie on the things, your numbers aren't going to be right. So just go into calculators, take a little time. It's interesting. Once you get into it, you're going to play around with the numbers and kind of see what works best for you. And it's got, the one that I did had 8 or 10 different diet, I hate to say diet plans, meal plans, different ways to eat. It had keto, had balanced, had low carb, had 8 or 10 of them in there. But you pick the way that you eat, the one that's best for you. And that My Fitness Pal app is good. I have used that before. So this is very doable. If you put in everything I talked about into effect, you give yourself a deadline, know when your vacation is, or give yourself a deadline. By June 1st, I want to have lost 20 pounds, 25 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever it is. And that's a key, giving yourself a deadline and follow the steps. And I'm going to have more videos on this here each week. I'll probably do one a week that has something to do with this. It's almost like I'm giving you a challenge here. And if you accept the challenge, put it below. And if you want to get a new body for summer, just put challenge accepted below. And I'm going to have more videos on this, more things to do, and give you more of my plan, although I've talked about my plan before, but now I've got a specific plan for getting this weight off to get ready for my trip to Vietnam. Again, folks, it's Mike Norris. If you like the video, give it a like, share it, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll talk to you later.